Hey folks, this is part 2 of 16 November 2025 CSS Battle. A few hours ago, I submitted this and got to 100%. So that's a win. And the way that I did it was with, well, on the body, we got 4 linear gradients, all at right angles to each other. And then as I described, we've got this clip path to define each one of these shapes. So the square is done on the body, and then the 2 curved semicircles that are merged together is all one shape. So to show you this, I'm going to do undos back through it. So let's do that. So undo. Oh, whoops. Can I do an undo? Let's find out. There it is. So with each successive undo, I am altering. So there's, you're seeing I'm undoing. So now we've undone several. We're undoing these things on the body, right? You see that happening. Now we have no color. Now we have just those. So now we're going backwards, 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 backwards. Still on the body. And now we're looking at that shape. So these are, so it's all about working the numbers on the shape. You can see that those very precise numbers getting worked. You see it's more and more deformed. Again, that shape syntax, you can look that up on MDN. And I think that's at the max of what we can do there in terms of the number of undos. So is there a redo? Well, there's not a redo. However, we can go to the 100% match and examine it a little bit better. So here we can see, so that's one of them. And there's another. And then here's a fourth. There's that. None of those are the interesting one. There's another one. So we can actually move this extra background color onto here, like so. And this was the initial solution, was beginning this clip path with those points. And I believe those, so is that what we ended up with? So 50%, 100%. No, it's 50%, 50% 99.5. So 99.5 pixels. I'm gonna X out that one. And then 94.75 is what we ended up. So 94.75, 88.50, 50.59, 11.50, and then we ended up with 6.75 pixels. And those were the points that we used as the basis. And then we had to return each one of these as a curve, like so. So that's the actual shape that we did. And you can see, so I'm gonna nuke this now. And then that's the shape. And by altering, so we can see those curves. So you can see each one of the syntaxes, the curve is the eventual curve 2, and then that's the points that we were showing. I was showing you with the clip paths, and then the controlling curve. So sort of like a control point in a vector program is steering that curve. And as we see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unique points. was the mechanisms that we used. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's submit that and make sure we're still at 100%. I think we still will be. We haven't made any functional changes unless I messed up one of the undos. So then we minify and unit replace. All these numbers are pretty specific, and that's how we do that one. Not an easy one, and I apologize for not recording that one. It took me maybe half an hour, 35 minutes, I think. And I was not recording, I was doing it while watching TV. And so I knew that it was going to be lots of jiggling these points around and fitting and making that shape. Not my favorite way to do it. I much prefer some gradients. I suspect that there are ellipses that we could do on elements, and then maybe we'd have to turn those elements, rotate it a little bit to get those curves to fit. And if you look at the div, it's not a particularly good one, at least here in Safari. Now, it's possible this looks better in Chrome or in Firefox, but in Safari, we've got a lot of edges here that I would worry or not 100%, and yet we got close enough to make the back end say, yes, that's a 100% match. So a tricky one. I think puzzles like this are a nice, fun challenge. They are, if this were every day, I would find it less joyful to do these videos, because these are definitely a big challenge to all my skills. And I'm content at 99.9%, but I have enough of, what's the thing about me? I take it as a challenge, and I would like to accomplish that challenge, to get to that 100% mark, and I've been pretty successful. There are only a handful of the daily targets that I haven't hit 100% on, and a handful actually of the battles that I have not hit 100% on. Almost all I've hit 100%, but if you look at my stats, let's see, if I look at my profile. Yeah, my average match is 99.84%, so I have just enough that I don't get a 100% match on that average sits there like that, and that's fine. But it's something that I continue to work to improve. There you go. So this was part 2 of a very challenging CSS battle. I don't even know what this is. It might be somebody's logo. Weirdly, it looks like maybe a hotel chain, or maybe an Asian hotel chain. It reminds me of maybe it's a lotus or a rose or some kind of flower stylized. Anyway, hope you're having a good day. Hope you enjoyed this puzzle. Hopefully the prior video was worth your while, and hopefully this video is worth your while too. Thanks for watching, and have a great day, and take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go make a webpage.